Welcome back to my channel. Subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get into today's video. Of late, we have been seeing people boycotting companies that are supporting Israel in the midst of the Israel-Gaza war. Now, among these companies are McDonald's and Starbucks and many more. Indonesians, for example, began boycotting McDonald's and other businesses in mid-October after McDonald's Israel announced on social media that it had handed out thousands of free meals to the Israeli military amid its war with Hamas. Now, this announcement prompted several Indonesian organizations, including Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions Movement BDS, the United People Front FUB, and the Islamic Defenders Front FPI to call for a boycott of McDonald's and other business perceived to be pro-Israel, including Starbucks and Burger King. Now, this is not only happening with Indonesians, but different people from different parts of the world. Talking about the boycotts of these companies, this has sparked a lot of talk, especially on social media, in the sense that some people feel doing this is not caring for humanity because it means that the people who work at these companies will be jobless. Now, not that I couldn't find the original video, but I picked this one from the Stitches. So check out this lady's video as she expresses her opinion on this.
Okay, people that are boycotting Starbucks, I have a genuine question for you. Please don't cancel me. Genuine question. So by boycotting Starbucks and shutting these stores down because people are saying that there's stores shutting down countrywide and worldwide, whatever, are these people losing their jobs? By boycotting Starbucks and shutting down these stores, are you destroying these people's lives because they are probably living paycheck to paycheck? It's so hard to live in this economy with these prices, and it's hard to find a job. And now they don't have one. That's not caring about humanity. Second of all, do you think Starbucks gives a fuck about a couple stores closing down? No. They are a multi-million-dollar company, and they are still going to make their money. And when this trend dies down, they're...
Now, after watching that video, that content creator just got me thinking, really. Does Starbucks not really care about these boycotts? I think they do. In as much as they can be a multi-million-dollar company, I feel a brand's image is very important. To start with, maintaining a very good brand reputation is difficult. And for a company to risk its business just like that, or in the name of supporting something which is wrong, or because they feel it is a million-dollar company, trust me, they really need the money from those branches as well. Quite all right, the effects might not be seen just there and then, but in the long run, I feel this will affect their business negatively. Now, these are just my thoughts, but let's check out some of the stitches and hear what others had to say about this.
Please don't cancel me.
Please watch her stitch. But I just did some very quick back of the napkin math. And at 33 years old, I made some assumptions. At $6 a day, 5 days a week, 36 weeks a year, times around 15 years, like since I was, let's say, 18 years old, I have easily spent more than $16,000 on Starbucks. $16,000. This is way worse though. I opened up the app and I was really scared when I saw this. This is under the privacy and data section. That button was red and it was turned on before. I'm like, what the hell is this? I clicked on it. It brings me to this guy. These are all of the permissionings that the Starbucks app had. Access to my calendar, camera, face, activities. I don't know what that is. What? This is on me for not like reading the terms of service or whatever, but check your app. Get your money out and unclick all this shit.
Let's be real.
I think most of us know one or two people that are very problem driven in their life. And those are people that will point out the problems and errors and flaws of anything without the possibility of bringing in a solution. People that will point out all the errors of your ways or all the errors of a system, anything that's happening, they can find a problem with it. But not only can they not bring a solution, but if you bring a solution or an idea, they're going to reject it. And I'm not saying that this girl is like that, but that's definitely the vibe she's giving. Like her video, although she's trying to make it seem realistic, it's not realistic. It's just pessimistic. Because when you sit down and think about it, after watching her video, you're less likely to do any small gesture to help Palestine, to help Congo, to help whoever you can. You just will sit down and say, okay, fuck it. Because like she said, if you're not willing to give up the entirety of your life to fight for humanity, then don't fight, because you're basically just wasting your time. You're being a coward. Whatever it is that's happening, you're just not doing it right. So sit down. And to address her point specifically would take so many videos, because I feel like she just jumbled a bunch of shit together just to show you just how unworthy the movement is, just how unworthy the trend of Free Palestine is, and it's just so stupid and we're wasting our time and nothing that we do is gonna help. Like, damn, hope doesn't live in your house. But anyways, it's 2023. We are living basically in America or Canada or Europe, wherever we are. We're living in countries that have systems made by people who don't like most of us. And these systems are not simple. They're very complex. Everything is connected to everything else. No, people cannot just give up their lives to go fight humanity, because they can't. Because something to understand is that as we're trying to fight the system is still going.
Genuine question.
Girl, just go get the Starbucks. Like, why are you on TikTok begging and asking for permission to go get your drink? Because that's basically what you're doing. You're like, guys, what's the point of boycotting? If it's only a few stores, why would they care? Go get your drink. If you really fiending for a venti cup of sugar that bad, who is stopping you? Is somebody gonna physically stop you from entering the store? Because I walk past that thing and I see people up in there all day, every day. What are you scared of? It's almost like boycotts might actually work. Because look at us. We're all discussing what these companies are doing behind closed doors that maybe we didn't know about. And look at us deciding maybe we don't want to spend our dollars there. Maybe we want to spend our dollars in other places. So it's almost like boycotts. Maybe if you don't see immediate action happening, because things take time, it's almost like it causes people to think about what they're doing in their daily lives. Well, people that like to critically think, of course. This is literally the equivalent of misery loves company, okay? Look at this person trying to recruit everybody they can. That video has 2.1 million views. Look at all them likes. People are just miserable and want to sit around and be doom and gloom all day because they have no life. They have no hope for themselves, so they want to project it onto us that are actually trying to make change. It's very bizarre. It's very bizarre. And I'm sorry that I have to be this blunt, but like, you really just got to call things for what they are. This is a miserable person trying to recruit company. I don't know what you got going on inside of yourself that seeing people come together as a community and try to do right with their dollars and try to, think critically about the decisions they make every day. Why does that upset you? Just stand on business and don't boycott. Like, why do you have to announce it to us? We don't care. This is literally those dudes in history class that must play the devil's advocate because we need to hear your opinions for some reason. We really don't. Like, it's okay. Not everything needs to be uploaded onto TikTok, okay? And on a serious note, I'm gonna need you non-black people to stop bringing up Black Lives Matter when it's convenient for you. When you need to pull out something to make a point that because you have no argument, stop bringing up Black Lives Matter. Stop trying to make POC, black and brown people, get into an oppression Olympics because we're standing in solidarity. We don't need you to come in and try to infiltrate. We're good here, okay? So mind your business, because I don't see, where's your Black Lives Matter posts? I don't see nothing on your page. So keep it cute, okay? For real, keep it cute. Y'all do that way too much for my liking. Have a nice day.
Anyone question for you?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We need to unpack this because this mindset is the problem, not the solution. You're using your platform to continue the narrative that bad shit happens every day all around the world, so we should just continue our lives like normal and pretend nothing's happening. You're telling people that instead of demanding change, they should just sit back and take it. That is not how change happens. And that's what they want us to do. As for the Starbucks workers, we know that they're on strike and they literally stand with Palestine. So if they're willing to lose their jobs over this, it must be a pretty big deal, don't you think? I love that you're concerned about them and their ability to pay their bills because yes, we all recognize that there's also an economic crisis going on, but people are literally being unalived, babe. So I think that's a little more important right now. And it's interesting how you're programmed to think exactly like these greedy ass politicians because your mind immediately went to prioritizing money over human lives. These Starbucks workers can find another job, but these people cannot get their lives back.
That's not caring about humanity.
Now, when she said that, I went onto her profile to see she's a job activist for people basically that are struggling with jobs basically and can't find jobs at the moment. Activist for those groups of people. And when I went to her profile, guess what I saw? Nothing. And before some of y'all come in the comments being like, oh, do you think this could be true at once? Maybe this is the first time she's doing that. First of all, why is this the first time you're doing this? Right during the time where they're promoting a genocide. Interesting. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware about this, but come close so I can tell you something. Zoom in, girl. Come on, get close. Not too close. I don't know you like that. Starbucks employees are getting sued for promoting Free Palestine. What which is why the employees are protesting as well too. So y'all not gonna help them? And you say that doesn't care about humanity. Meanwhile, this is not about you guys. This is about the people of Palestine.
Her deleting that video just means that she might have gotten a lot of fire for saying what she said. But the whole mentality of what you're doing doesn't matter is what would have kept us stagnant. Now, if people like her believe that what people are doing or were doing didn't matter, there would still be very not good conditions for Black people. Is it greater now than it used to be before? Not at all, but it is better. Now, there were so many people that walked their backs off to make a point, to prove a point that they deserved to be treated better like human beings. There's so many people like boycotting in all those bus stations and the public service. You know, like public transport taught them to have a mentality that, oh, what you're doing doesn't matter. They don't care at the end of the day. No, it's not true. It actually makes those with small coffee businesses have a chance. Now, what Starbucks is supporting is wrong. For this creator to have sat there and said, oh, it doesn't matter, so why are you even doing this? You are costing people their jobs here. People are squeezing the life out of a corporation that is supporting something that is wrong. So Starbucks absolutely has the money to pay its workers, not only pay them better than what they are paying them, but also continue paying them adequate wage if they lose sales. The problem is corporations mainly care about profits, specifically maximizing their profits. Most multi-million or multi-dollar corporations don't even care about their employees. Because of this, Starbucks workers are actively striking. A couple of 3 reasons they are striking is because of inadequate scheduling, too high of the demand on multiple orders on promotional or high volume days, and because Starbucks increased wages for non-union workers, which, mind you, is illegal. Now, the Chinese literally are facing hundreds of unfair labor practice charges. So a couple of stores closing down, not necessarily, but that's why it's important to start affecting a business's bottom line. And a business's bottom line is basically their net profit after deducting expenses from their revenue. If you start affecting their bottom line, that's when they start caring, which is why we need more and more people on board. Now, to me, it seems very telling that her calling this a trend, and to me it just shows me that Jews don't really understand how boycotts work. And I also think that the fact that she called it a trend is also that it's also a bit of a projection. Like, she brought it up, a lot of us didn't know about it 3 years ago, quite all right, and that's because the West propaganda machine is still incredibly strong, but I think it's losing its power, especially if social media gets bigger. But for a lot of us, this was the first time we've heard anything about this. This was the first time that many people felt okay to speak up, and I think it's weird. It's weird here to die on you were not talking about it 3 years ago. So why are you talking about it now? You want people to ignore something just because they didn't know about it sooner? It's crazy. Now, some of the people are boycotting the Howard University chapter of Students for Justice in Palestine, SJP, who staged a choke-the-block boycott of Starbucks and McDonald's for what they said was company support of Israel in the midst of the Israel-Gaza war. About 30 students gathered in front of Starbucks in Georgia Avenue throughout the day and wrote words of encouragement and support for Palestinians with chalk. Now, the boycott was staged as part of an act of defense against international companies associated with Israel's occupation in Gaza. Messages such as Free Palestine and Boycott Starbucks were written on the sidewalk, along with some messages encouraging students to learn more about the boycott and the ongoing violence occurring in Gaza. One of them said, "We are boycotting Starbucks and McDonald's." Starbucks specifically has loudly announced their support for Israel, basically, and she said, referencing the statement made by Starbucks Chief Partner Officer Sarah Kelly. The at-large boycott came shortly after Kelly sent a cease and desist letter to members of Starbucks Workers United. The union posted the message "Solidarity with Palestine" on X, formerly known as Twitter, and according to USA, the post included an image of a bulldozer tearing down a fence on the border of Israel and was deleted within 40 minutes of its posting. In Kelly's letter, she said that some people are mistakenly tying these remarks to us because Workers United, its affiliates and members continue to use our name, logo, and intellectual property. She added that Workers United United, its local affiliates, union organizers, and those who identify as members of Starbucks Workers United do not speak for Starbucks Coffee Company and do not represent the company's views, positions, or beliefs. But what do you, my viewers, have to say about this video? Kindly share your take on this in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.